A Tale of Niger's Reckoning. I stood hidden in the dim alley, my heart pounding as I watched the shadows move across the crumbling streets of Zanzibar, the capital of the Federal Republic of Niger. In a land blessed with oil, gold, and mineral wealth, it was a cruel irony that its people lived in hunger, their faces carved with hopelessness. I had long since known the pain of this country, but nothing had prepared me for the terror that I was about to witness, the brutal regime of the president's son, Azubuike. Azubuike was no ordinary man. He was a prince in name, but a demon in truth. His father, the president, had risen to power on promises of justice and equality. Yet behind closed doors, he had sold his country's soul to foreign powers, enriching himself while the nation crumbled. But Azubuike was different, far worse. He was ruthless, a mastermind of organized crime, ruling the underworld like a king. The Brotherhood, an ancient society cloaked in mystery and fear, had granted him powers beyond mortal comprehension, enabling him to bend the nation's judicial and political system to his will. No one dared oppose him. Not until Felicia came along. Felicia was just a 300-level student at the Higher College of Zanzibar, but her uncle's brutal assassination had ignited a flame within her heart. Her uncle had been a prominent leader of the opposition party, a man who fought for the people's rights. He had stood tall against the corrupt government, but his voice had been silenced in the dead of night, his body mutilated and discarded like trash. It was whispered that Azubuike's thugs had done the deed, as they had with countless others before. But Felicia's courage was unmatched. She swore to avenge him. It was through my eyes, a spy hidden among the shadows, that the world would come to know her story. I had infiltrated Azubuike's circle, and I knew the price of betrayal was death. But what Felicia and the youth movement of the End Bad government were planning, it was beyond anything I could have imagined. They sought not only to expose Azubuike's crimes, but to destroy the brotherhood that had empowered him and topple the dark reign that had suffocated Niger. Felicia was no ordinary student. She was fierce, driven, and beautiful. Her charisma rallied the youth like no one before her. She spoke of hope, justice, and a future where the people of Niger could stand proud. But this was not just a fight against politics. It was a fight against evil. The Brotherhood, an ancient secret society, had deep roots not just in Niger, but in the corridors of Western nations, whispering to the ears of foreign governments, manipulating markets, and crushing any leader who sought to lift Niger out of the darkness. I remember the night Felicia made her first move. She had infiltrated one of Azubuike's luxury mansions, a palace in the hills, with the help of the courageous youth she had inspired. The mansion was a fortress, guarded by men who had sold their souls to greed, and supernatural forces lurking in the dark. But Felicia had a plan. She had found a powerful ally, a wealthy spy with connections beyond imagination. This man had once walked with the president's son, but he had turned when he saw the evil lurking beneath the surface. Together they forged a secret pact, one that would break the chains of fear that had bound Niger for too long. Their goal was to expose the heart of the Brotherhood, the brutal organized crime network that Azubuike controlled. It wasn't just about bringing down the corrupt government, it was about unveiling the dark, supernatural pact that had cursed Niger for generations. The Brotherhood had orchestrated the gruesome killing of a renowned journalist, a man who had uncovered their deepest secrets. His family had been slaughtered in cold blood, their bodies left as a message to all who dared to speak the truth. But now, Felicia and her allies would turn the tables. I watched as Felicia entered the mansion that night, disguised as one of the many partygoers, her eyes burning with determination. She had something special, a talisman, an ancient artifact that would protect her from the dark powers of the Brotherhood. The tension in the air was thick, and my hands trembled as I relayed every moment back to our hidden base. Azubuike was there, laughing among his friends, his eyes gleaming with arrogance, oblivious to the storm that was about to break. Suddenly, the lights went out. The silence was deafening. Then, chaos erupted. Felicia had struck. Her team had disabled the mansion's security systems, and now the fight began. Bullets flew, and the screams of the president's thugs filled the air. But they were not just fighting men, they were battling demons. Shadows twisted and formed into monstrous shapes, attacking from every corner. The Brotherhood's dark magic was at work, but Felicia was prepared. She had anticipated this, and with the help of her spy ally, she unleashed the supernatural forces she had gathered. What happened next was like a scene from a nightmare. I watched in horror as the Brotherhood's members were consumed by their own dark magic, their bodies turning to ash before my eyes. Felicia stood tall amid the destruction, blood dripping from her wounds, but her spirit unbroken. She had won the battle, but the war was far from over. Azubuike had fled, but not before swearing vengeance. The son of the president would not fall so easily. In the end, Felicia's courage ignited a revolution. The people of Niger, long oppressed, rose up with fury, overthrowing the corrupt regime. The Brotherhood was exposed, its dark roots severed from the land. But Felicia's journey was far from over. Azubuike remained in the shadows, plotting his return. And as for me, the spy who had watched it all unfold, I knew that my time was coming. I had betrayed the darkest forces in Niger, and they would come for me. This was not the end. It was only the beginning.